Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone in AfterBuzz world. This is the AfterBuzz TV panel for How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to be talking episode 12 called It's a Trap.
It is a trap.
If it's your first time, life's a trap.
Yeah.
Life's a
trap. Too.
If it's your first time here, welcome. If not, thank you guys for coming back. If you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button to AfterBuzz TV's channel. That way you can keep up with us and you can watch all of our shows. How to Get Away with Murder is just one of the shows that everyone on this lovely panel covers. So why don't we introduce ourselves first?
Yes,
My name is Jillian Leff. You can tweet me at Jillian Leff.
My name is JB Zimmerman. You guys can follow me at Hey John Blake.
What's up, guys? You can find me at Sterling Cates, and that's also my name.
Hey, guys.
That works out.
Nice, convenient.
Yes.
What's up, guys? You guys can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace, and I'm Stacy Ike.
Cool. And if you guys like what you're hearing or what you have heard so far, please feel free to leave a comment below, in the box below if you're watching on YouTube, or rate us on iTunes if you're listening in your car or on your phone, because we love that.
Aww.
So this episode, okay.
Oh yeah, first of all,
Right.
specifically Snapchats, there's some pretty extreme stuff that went on.
Oh yeah, we'll
right
give our Snapchat
right
names
before the show.
out at the end
Don't
of the
wanna
show.
miss it.
But you guys need to all find us on Snapchat because it's about to go down. Anyway, I have to confess.
It already went down, but you can see it for the next 24 hours.
Right.
Fine,
You got some time to catch up.
So this episode, I actually went on Twitter earlier in the day and I saw a lot of fans were tweeting me a promo that they had released today, and they said there was going to be an OMG moment at the end.
There were a couple.
Yeah, we got like 15.
So the other OMG moments that they sort of said in the past were, you know, when we found out who Lila's killer was, when Bonnie had killed Rebecca, and then we see baby Christoph,
Right.
standing over his mother's body with a bloody knife in his hand.
Right.
OMG!
Yeah, definitely.
God damn, these writers, I swear to God. That was not even like the only moment in this episode, but I feel
Right.
like we need to talk about that first, since that's sort of like the thing that's all fresh in our mind.
Yeah, I think it was the biggest, though, because I feel like we were kind of watching and yelled and then watched and then yelled and then watched, and then right at the end they grabbed us. I'm like, dang it, they always win. I always think I'll keep my emotions in a bottle.
Yeah, it's weird because there are only so many episodes in this part of the season that they're like packing everything in.
Yeah.
Even halfway through this episode, when we all were yelling at the TV,
Right.
I thought
were
it was.
like, it's
I thought
over.
that was the final
Yeah.
segment. Like I thought that was
Yeah, it felt like a long episode. I mean, in a good way,
In a good
because
way.
there's so much revealed. It was like, I can't believe we still have 40 minutes
I
left.
know.
Like, whoa. But I mean, obviously, I think we can talk about the OMG moment with the knife. Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that he killed her?
I think that's what they want us to believe, but
Exactly.
it's too easy.
It's a little convenient,
Yeah,
right.
it's like Laurel's like, oh, he killed her, and then that's what we're supposed to believe. But I feel like there's more to it,
Right.
for sure.
I will definitely say I didn't expect that to be what that paper said, because I thought we were kind of saying that we assumed that the family probably killed her, and because she didn't testify. So when I read down and it said possible homicide, I was like, that makes sense. And then it's like victim's son. I'm like, huh? That just was like so confusing. So personally, I think it would be weird if Wes was necessarily the person that killed her, but I like the way they set it up so that we can feel like, okay, he had something to do with the murder weapon. I don't know what they're trying to do, but
So before we find out that Wes is standing over her body, like, did we enjoy the way we built it up? Because we had sort of like talked about it off camera last week, like, well, we wondered how Rose is connected, because we only found out that she was connected in a small way last week. Do we like how it played out? I thought that it made a lot of sense. I figured that she was lying in the beginning. Their stories sounded too eerily similar. I don't know if you guys caught on that quickly.
Right.
I liked how similar it sounded, but I also knew that meant it wasn't true. But it needed to have that type of is it juxtaposition? I don't know what it is, but those similarities in the beginning for me to like not hate the person she was defending so early, because that's what I was about to do. I was like, oh my God, he's stupid and that's why she died. But I was like, no, I like both of them. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, to say in their specific stories that we just talked about the weather, like if it was really something that simple, I feel like I wouldn't even remember that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if it was something in passing, so that just made it seem so planned.
Right,
like
the rain,
outlet.
like...
And when he was like, I drove home slow that night because the roads were slick.
Right. You
Like,
don't even, you don't
did you
remember,
though?
boy.
I don't know. I feel like
You probably
the
drove fast because you
kid,
just killed somebody. But anyway.
if the kid did it, right? So
Yeah.
we don't know really what went down. Hopefully we'll find out. Maybe not. You know, I don't know what the writers have in store for us.
Right.
But basically the parents are the bad guys in
Right.
this situation.
Right.
I wanted to punch them both in the face.
In the
So bad.
Some of those comments, I was like,
Don't
the
even get me
the mother's like, well, she's poor. She should be grateful for what we give to her. And then that was my first clue off, like, oh, they're paying her.
Right.
They're gonna pay her to keep her
Right.
mouth shut, or
Right.
they're gonna threaten her, which I think they might
Is
have
what
done
have
too.
done,
I think
yeah.
they might
Right.
have threatened Kristoff.
Right.
Did you guys get that?
So
Absolutely.
is what we knew about Wes when he found his mom, is that all we knew, that he just remembered finding her?
He
like did he
stood over
say
her.
he stood over her and
Yeah.
that's like the first thing he remembers? Like did he ever say he like walks into the room and finds her, or does he literally start the story with I just remember standing over her?
I think he always starts it there.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least this episode what he's
Because before he said something about it to Annalise, right? About finding her. But in my head, I was like, he
don't
must
think-
have walked in and found her. But then,
Yeah, I don't think there were any descriptors. They also talked about with the therapy session last week that in like moments like that you sort of black out,
Right.
And also, you know, we've seen Connor black out. We've seen a lot of the characters black out. Pretty much everyone except for Laurel, who we find out has kept a level head for a reason.
Yes.
But
Yeah, her dad's like a gangster.
And you know what's cool?
Yeah.
Two
Well, her
episodes
dad's a
ago,
murderer.
2 episodes ago, we said that. We said we're gonna eventually find out why she's the only one that keeps a level head. And literally, it's like they took our freaking like what we thought and they wrote it the exact way. Because she was like, "By the way, this is why I've kept a level head." And then she
Yeah,
said,
it
"I'm
was like our
it was
exact
so
words.
weird." I'm like, "That's exactly what we
are
asked
they
for."
watching our show? No, those episodes were
Love
fun
you
before.
guys.
Philip is watching us right now.
Oh my God, that's not even funny.
No, so really, we only know that Wes was found standing over, but I think that there's more to the story,
Right.
like we
Sure.
said. And also, we saw in the preview, which I hope all of you guys watched, Annalise running out of the apartment, staggering, and
Right.
who knows, maybe that's how she lost the baby or something.
Ooh, whoa.
I don't know, because
Whoa, crazy.
she was like running and holding her stomach, and
Yeah,
she looked,
I feel like there was like blood on the wall.
yeah, it
like-
looked like blood splattered. I know that it's going to be explosive.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know when they're going to deliver. Hopefully it'll be before the next season.
How many episodes do we have left? Is next?
I believe we have 3 left.
Okay.
3. Ooh.
Because this is 12.
Wow.
Don't quote me though. But I think we have 3 left.
Okay, 3 I can deal with. I can because they can
Well, yeah,
give
how
me
many?
that's
How
enough
many?
time.
What is in the second half? 5, 6?
Well, I thought there were
I think there's
15
15,
total.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
so-
there are 3 left.
So we still have
We have some time to get the details. Okay, cool.
Well, so we briefly mentioned Laurel. And we briefly mentioned Wes.
Oh God.
So let's talk about Laurel and Wes.
No,
huh?
no.
I'm not
No.
on
All right,
board
so
with that at
Why
all.
is it not possible for people to just be like friends?
Yeah,
ever? They've always
like-
got to
No.
add in
Right.
some
A couple
like,
makeout
Fan
sessions.
confession, real talk right now. We all watch the show in a big open room here. We have
Right.
headphones on. We're watching the screen. We actually got told to be quiet today because we were like, no, don't do
Everybody
it.
screamed.
We all like put our hands up to the TV to like block it.
I
We're
like it was the worst thing
"No."
we'd ever seen because it really was. Like it didn't make sense. The thing that is so awesome about Laurel's character and that's made me not hate Wes's character because his character has done such a dive in terms of like the strength of his character. He's gone through a lot of weaknesses and of course they're understandable, but what's kept him like so lovable is Laurel's support. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that balance that they had was so cool.
Right, but
so
in
to
not a
throw
romantic
makeout-
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to throw a random makeout session, I was like,
And then they hated it, so
they
it's
were
not
like,
even
oh, that
going
was
anywhere.
weird.
Yeah.
We should get
Well, no,
Jimmy John's.
I
I'm
mean-
like, okay, guys.
That good plan, by the way. Jimmy
Yeah,
John's.
it's
Delicious.
it is good. But
No, I feel like how they put it off though afterwards was
Very
good. It was
them.
just like let's just we did it to check it off the list so there wasn't any questions about it. We'll move on and never go back again.
It wasn't even...
Bury it down deep.
It wasn't even the kiss. It was like that look that they had before the kiss that I was just like, okay, this is forced. Let's not do it. Let's not go there. Please,
they have
the conversation that Laurel was having with him was so awkward. She's like, Frank is basically my dad, so like, let me just make out with somebody who is
not my dad.
Nowhere, like, not like him at all.
No, I mean, weird that you said that, because I always pictured them as like a brother-sister relationship.
Yeah.
Sort of like a
Absolutely.
protective, like, Luke-Leia thing happening.
That's
I mean, I guess they kiss too, but again, moving past it, just bulldoze right on.
When she said, "Stop being so nice to me," it makes me feel weird. I was like, okay, they're definitely.
But that sentence though was actually kind of
Waiting
real
in the
though.
car for sandwiches.
But that was a relatable sentence though. Like, you know how you're like your friend or somebody who not necessarily you're like the person you think is your brother, because I think that's weird. Like, but somebody that you're cool with and you're like, and they're being all cute and you're like, that's not cute. Stop that. We ain't there yet. You know, I felt because that was a relatable line until they actually did something that I was like, damn, they're actually gonna go through it. It would have been just cute if she was like, that makes you feel weird. They laughed, got the sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway.
I don't know. I like the little adventure that they took. I feel like Wes needed to take it, even though Laurel kept a secret from him in the end. But it was nice to see them on their own, sort of, and investigating their own thing. And I really think that Laurel just wants to put Wes at ease. And it kind of sucks that the book is not closed. And I feel like it's not going to be, because it's only going to make things, I would assume, more fiery. Because Annalise is obviously involved. Eve is involved somehow because she said, "What did we do?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I wonder when she gets
we
back
have
in
to
the
remember
picture.
that. Like, maybe this goes way deeper. I have no idea.
But do you think that after all this, Wes will finally like forgive her and love her the same? Not love, maybe, but just
Annalise,
like, yeah.
Depends on what she did.
Yeah, it just depends on what's
depends on what
there.
happens.
I think on even what I'm seeing now, whatever she did, it couldn't have been that bad. Hold on, even saying that sounded like a lie. But what I meant to say is, whatever she did, I think she was trying to protect him in the end. That's what I really mean.
Right.
And I think hopefully he'll figure that out, and we don't end the season with them hating each other, because I really can't. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Annalise did anything like super out of character or that malicious like by herself. I don't think she killed Rose. I don't think she really orchestrated that. I mean, to me, she probably covered it up, and obviously that's bad, but that would be enough motivation for her to be like, okay, I'm taking care of this, but let me do right by this kid that I'm essentially screwing over.
Yeah.
Why
would she even cover it up though?
Right.
I'm super excited to find out.
God, I know.
That run, she was like terrified.
Yeah, that was like a scared.
We don't see that from her a lot.
Yeah.
And just that face, and just, I mean, we also saw like a different Annalise's episode, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but she was so like cool and calm and like the young cool lawyer. And
She's back.
then all of a
She's
sudden
back.
she's like, you know, we see the first like freak out, because this is one of her first major cases.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I hope that we get the answers that we're looking for. I don't think that they're going to leave us hanging too much. I feel like there's going to be an additional cliffhanger, perhaps to do with Philip, but I feel like they might tie this up.
Yeah.
I don't know. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But, you know, we saw... So we talked a little bit about how Laurel changed and how she's sort of, like, immune to all of this stuff. I really enjoyed seeing her emotional tonight. And on top of that, seeing Frank emotional.
Yeah. Frank's like tripping out right now.
I did not know that he was in it so deep. That was
It's sexy,
3
though.
I love you texts.
Yeah.
We got a text back. Desperate.
It was sexy.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
it's,
Frank.
No, I'm not
Come on,
mad
bro.
though,
What's
because he
happening?
really has to like. She got to calm down. He's got to be like, maybe I love you 3 times, 4 times. I mean, what do we have to say? Because she was, I don't know what. We've never seen her freak out, so we don't even know what it looks like. We're not even prepared. You know what I mean? Like, what if hers is worse than Wes's? Hopefully not. But
Well, did Frank at that time know for sure that she wasn't like kidnapped by Philip? Like, did she ever contact him? Because if she just goes
No.
missing and Philip's like out for them, she could very well be like dead. So I can see why he'd be freaking
But
out.
also, I feel like maybe it was just something that was not said, but if they took a flight, he could have just done a search. I mean, he does that, like, sleuthing all the time.
that's
so.
true.
Who, Frank did a search?
how would
you
you even
mean?
know to
No,
look for
but
that?
I'm saying, like, maybe
He
it was
could have.
something that was just, like, understood. Like, he knows exactly where they are, but he's just like, oh, yeah, she's in bed, you know, Annalise, bye. It's just something that he looked for himself, and as a viewer, maybe we didn't need to know that information.
Well, he can't be like, oh yeah, I told her that I killed Lila, and she's
mad.
and now she's mad and running away.
Yeah. No, but I think first of all, are we okay with the fact that he told her in general? Like, was that what they needed to take their relationship to the next level?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to their relationship for sure, but now she's like, well, that was the whole point of us covering up all these things.
And I feel like she's been digging for something like that.
She has. She was looking for something bad.
Well, because she knows that it was there, because she's seen it before with her father.
And she knows that he's a bad guy. She knew when going into it. She knew that he was a bad guy. She knew, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And for her to say that he's just like her dad, I was like a little relieved this episode, because I'm like, finally,
now
you realize it. You realize that you're dating someone who you've grown up with, who you know the personality.
And then she said, I liked it. And she was like, now what does that make me? And I was like, dang, that's tough, girl. That's hard.
Don't know
hard
what to tell you.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, because I don't think Frank's a bad guy, but also our sympathy levels for these characters is really weird, because they're all really terrible people, but I love all of them. So it's kind of weird, but I just wish that conversation was a little bit more complete. I do not like that she left with such like, just hanging down information. Like, she doesn't really know the whole story. Now she thinks Annalise has something to do with Lila's death. She doesn't even know. So that's that ending scene, when she stormed. Anyway, we'll talk about that. But I just don't want her to tell Annalise about it, because she doesn't even know.
Maybe Frank was involved with Rose's death and Annalise is just protecting him.
I was totally thinking that. I think that he set the frame up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he killed Rose.
Right.
But I definitely think that he put the knife in Kristoff's hand. I mean, bold prediction this early in the podcast.
Well, to be fair,
Wow.
Annalise, when she ran, Annalise said to Frank, "This is the reason why I brought you here.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't happen."
Yeah.
Exactly.
So clearly he's on the shit list.
Well, yeah,
well, he's clearly willing to do anything for her.
And that was the time he first proved it, maybe.
I mean, she got him that nice suit, like, gotta
repay that back with murder. I mean, if you're going to strangle someone, Lila, at like a phone call, I feel like along the way you must have been desensitized to murder.
But that's because the only reason he did that for Sam is we still don't know what Sam has on Frank. That's what I really want to know, because then
could have been something with this.
Could have been. I mean, they were a married, happy couple, so they could have they could have hatched that plan together.
Is that not that that's not a big deal, but Annalise would know, so who cares? That's rude to say, but you know what I mean. Like, why does that even?
I don't know.
Whatever it is, I just want eventually Laurel to get all the information so she can fully decide if she's trying to be with him or not. Because if she's just gonna go with this, I'm not feeling it. But anyway.
I mean, I hate to go Marvel on us, but we don't know Frank's origin story yet.
We do not.
We don't.
Hopefully, we will find out that he's Deadpool.
I don't know. These people are just characters. These people are just characters. I literally have to tell myself
real
that
people.
because these people, my emotions are too high.
You know what? The character that I was most happy with, back to herself this week, was Annalise.
Okay.
We had said that last week.
Mama is back.
Okay, so which brings me to my favorite quote of the episode, which was, "Let mommy take care of it the way she always does."
Which leads to my favorite quote.
Was that yours?
Now what, mommy?
But that backtracks to my favorite quote. Finally, you remember your manners.
Oh.
I said, get her, girl.
Which leads back to my other favorite quote. Anything's possible with you people. When she said that, I was like, okay, you taught them that.
Who said that?
Annalise said that to Connor, but it's like she was acting all innocent. Like she doesn't do it.
I know. I was happy to see her back to herself again. She was hair and makeup. The clothes were on point. Her hair was flicking.
Yeah,
she was miraculously uninjured. There was she might have stitches. I don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah,
but
you just walk that off. That gunshot wound.
She's good. She's good now. Also, she banged Nate, so she's good.
Yep, she's got to be hella good, actually. Wait, she didn't even get shot, y'all. Forget it. Like, you don't bang anybody after 5 weeks. Get out of here.
And the gut is like the most painful place to get shot.
Yeah, that's horrible. But that red robe,
she worked through the pain like the strong, independent woman she is.
We trust you, girl.
Anyway, so we know now that they are sort of the team, and Annalise are contending with Argus Philip. Which I really appreciated.
The Cyclops.
I appreciated the Greek mythology reference. makes it a little smart for us viewers. The
more you know.
Yeah, but part of me thought, like, well, maybe, okay, so they all think it's Philip, but what if the writers just threw in a twist and it wasn't Philip at all?
What's the blackmailing?
It's very possible.
I mean, why though? Because he already has like the hacking background. I feel like they set him up.
But
to
also,
be a
why would he ask for that much money?
Well, because he's money hungry. He killed his parents for money.
How do they know? How does she know? Or how does he know that they have that much money? Like, Annalise brought up a really great point. Or Frank did, maybe. You know, you're like, you work for yourself. You're self-employed. Like, you don't have that kind of money. And Annalise is like, well, I do kind of, I guess.
Right. Well, no, I think that he's blackmailing them not for money, but for protection. Like, legal protection over the killing of his parents. And I guess their aunt or someone else got killed. It was like pseudo in the family.
Yeah. So do you think that they're going to find it? So if this is Philip's plan to protect himself, do you think that Annalise and the gang are going to have to find an alternative plan that doesn't involve Philip being the guilty one? Do you think they could pin it all on Catherine?
Damn, stop. Leave Catherine alone. I'm actually over it now.
Yeah, it could be.
No, you know what? The one thing that really bothered me about this episode with Catherine is she's wearing fake eyelashes in jail.
I know.
I saw that. But listen, they gotta give her something though. They can't have her out there looking ass out. Like I saw, but I'm like, listen, they put a little dirt on her. Like it's fine. Like it worked for me. Because honestly, I was like, is her lashes popping? It's for real.
Yeah, I feel like all the girls noticed.
I was like, is that Ruby? Is that
Maybelline?
What is that Maybelline? Like what's really going on? So I understood that, but I just feel like the whole pinning thing, we didn't really realize how much it would tear her relationship away from Caleb. Like, I think it was easy to make Catherine a scapegoat, and now she's really suffering from, like, a relationship with her brother. Like, the family's completely torn apart. Like, it's actually not funny anymore.
But wouldn't it be so terrible now that Caleb and Michaela are sort of on the mends if they decide to, like, screw the Philip plan completely, and they're just like, okay, well, we need to pin this on Catherine now because Philip is threatening us?
I think they're smart.
I don't think he would do that though. He seems like super protective.
No, but
not Caleb. The rest of them.
I'm saying the rest of them.
Yeah. Oh, the rest of them.
Yeah, which would cause even more of a sort of a parting of ways between Caleb and Michaela because they're just starting to sort of get reacquainted with each other. I just feel like it would cause more drama.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
That's all I'm saying.
I think that Catherine revealed a little bit to Caleb that he didn't say to Bonnie.
Right.
And I think he is going to reveal something to Michaela. Maybe, like, because she was sort of being, like, not real with him and being like, oh, yeah, maybe I killed him, too.
Right.
Yeah.
But she definitely, like, she started crying. Like, it was...
She was definitely hiding something. She had, like, a very...
It was, like, kind of admitting Philip, too. Like, in a sarcastic spin.
That she knew who he was.
Right.
Because we were talking about how she might have not have known the connection between him and the family.
And there's just no reason to keep the secrecy if there was, like, nothing amiss.
Well, maybe she did say it. She just, like... intentionally came off sarcastic, but really she was telling the truth.
I don't think it's a bombshell. It's going to be another, like, what?
It's got to be another, because even what she said, I felt like it sounded too sarcastic almost, like, to be really...
What do you guys think about the she was saying, like, the love thing? Because that also, I didn't understand that, and maybe you guys at home, you sort of comprehended a little better than we did here, but when she was saying that Philip loved her the way that she was always supposed to be loved.
Well, because she was
always
adopted, right?
Loved,
so she wanted like a brother, like a family. So maybe that's
did you guys read it as like brother? Like I got your. She said like someone to have my back.
Yeah.
But do you think she meant it like more romantically? Because they're all adopted or they're all not related.
Right.
By blood.
I think she meant it to just hurt Caleb because it, like I said, that whole stream of like what she was saying was very sarcastic, very like, I don't even want to use the word petty, but almost, because she was like, I can't believe you came here seeking answers when you're the reason I'm in here, in a sense. I don't think there was any like, I'm admitting something or I'm telling you that I love him more than you. It's just, you suck, bottom line. And
I'm in here because
I'm here because I believed you that apparently I was going to get out and now I'm wearing lashes behind bars. I mean, I don't know. Just isn't working out for Miss KK. So I'm feeling real bad about it, actually.
I mean, it's definitely worth rewatching that scene. Yeah. She got pretty emotional, more than I think she would have if it was just sarcastic and like, screw you.
Okay.
You're on that side.
Did anyone think, I don't want this to be true, but did anyone find it suspicious and when Annalise and Nate were together in the kitchen and she was like kind of defensive and he was just like, I forgive you, like, let's have sex basically. But anyway, then she was like, okay, well, if you forgive me. But to me, I was like, okay, I think he's just trying to get back in. And then the next morning, he's like telling her what to do. And then they're on this plan. Like, do you think there's any way that he could be behind everything that's going on? Like, he's trying to get in close, like bringing her Chinese food.
I don't know. I mean, I believed him when he was talking to her and was like, I forgive you.
I believed him too, but then I was thinking, like, he got back in so easily.
Well, what good did he do him?
Exactly.
Like that,
that's
when
what
he said that, I was like, honestly, really, what is it? I mean, it makes him look, because those people are crazy. He knows their power.
Yeah.
You want to screw us, all 8 of us will come for you. I mean, so really, what's the point of screwing
I don't
her?
want it to be true, but at this point, I'm like examining everyone to see like
no
what
one
their motive is.
Right. But also, he's involved because he drove the getaway car.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh.
So he can't. So he's not going anywhere.
So I don't really know. Like, if there was an ulterior motive, I don't know what it would be. But I do agree with you, Sterling, that it was very quick.
Yeah.
But also, you have to think of it this way. It's like Annalise is very lonely. She's getting over a really traumatic experience. Nate lost his wife. He's lonely. Like,
I mean, I want them to be together, and there's nothing.
And you know how, like, it's just always easier to get with somebody again if you have history with them. Mm-hmm. It's like you just find comfort, and I hope that that's what it is.
And you've, like, killed people together and, like, covered it up.
You know, you've gotten killed.
They have done that.
Yeah. Just really easy to rekindle that
fire.
Well, no, I mean,
glare and all.
When you know people are dying.
And that bullet down.
And I think before all that, they definitely had, like, a legitimate relationship. Yeah. And when, you know, Frank went to go see him and said, like, you know, you need
to be there for her.
Like, it's really hard to shut someone out.
All right, I'm just putting it on record that there was some sort of suspicion, coming
so that it never so when he ended up killing her, we'll know who was right.
Mental check. I got you.
Right.
I got you.
But for real though, I do not want that to be happening.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you don't want.
I want them to be together and him be happy and helpful.
They finally work it out. Yeah.
Because they look good together. They really do.
That red robe she had on though, and them little waves. I need that curling yarn, girl. What was it? You looked bomb this episode, girl. Anyway, Viola Davis, love you.
So one couple who kind of crushed me this episode was Bonnie and Asher.
Yeah, that was tough.
It was so bad when she cried because I really thought that, I don't know why she's like sort of holding herself back from him.
Because remember they broke up because he knows about the stuff that that Annalise told her.
Right, about her past?
I think that's when they broke up and then...
Also, like, she helped him cover up a murder. Like, I feel like...
I thought we moved on.
Yeah. To me, like, I get it. It's a traumatic experience. Like, obviously... He found out that stuff, but it's not like he went searching for it. Annalise came to him, so if she's mad at anybody, she's mad at Annalise. Yet she, groveled and begged, and now she's back in her good graces.
Yeah.
But it just sucks because Asher, we finally saw Asher as himself this episode. He like dancing and like air humping, which was, classic douchey.
Great to see.
Classic douchey Asher.
Oh my God.
But I really want them to mend things, and I don't know. I want to know why Bonnie is so torn up, and the fact that she has to keep things internal.
Right.
Well, we see that flashback of her with Sam while Annalise is away, so she is obviously like getting up with that. Yeah. But so I feel like maybe because of that, and like because of whatever she did during that time, she might feel like she doesn't deserve to be happy with someone else. I don't know. Because when she closed the door and she starts crying, it's like obviously she's doing something she doesn't want to be doing.
Yeah, I don't know, but to me it felt like more like she was trying to protect him in some way.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out if she believes what she was telling him or
I don't think she does.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
Because she wouldn't have closed the door and started crying if she was doing what she wanted to
Unless she came home and was like, damn, the ice cream was outside in the cupboard. I let it melt. Because I'd be crying when I do that. Like, damn.
Yeah,
that must be it. I think
she came
Stacy just cracked it.
Oh my God. I'm over this.
That is exactly what happened.
I had to calm down the moment because honestly, I was really sad to see that because I thought that Asher, like, maybe is it possible that she's like, I can't believe you killed someone? Is that even possible? I mean,
she killed someone.
So.
Okay. You're right. Okay,
you're right. Maybe she thinks she's gonna like corrupt him even more or something. Maybe she feels responsible for how like crazy he's gotten.
She's not though. I mean, no.
Oh, you know what was also weird this episode too, where I was kind of like, maybe that's why she could be sad. When Annalise looked at her and she was like, when I was your age, all I wanted to get was pregnant. Like, I saw all people getting pregnant, and I was like, is this what it's about?
Ooh, that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
She's got no man, like a grown-up man. You know, Asher don't count.
But also, like, how fantastic would it be if she was pregnant? I'm not saying that's going to happen, but, like, what if she's pregnant with Asher's baby? I'd be like, oh my God.
Well, no,
That could be. That could be.
She definitely built it up, but I feel like she just as quickly negated everything by saying,
Right.
like, now I have, like, 5 kids, and it is not, like,
Yeah,
like, this sucks.
It was like such a weird comment for them to frame her like fully in the frame, and she's being like, yeah, when I was your age, and it kind of just made things real for me. I'm like, you know what? Bonnie is a little bit older than Asher is. She's always talked about the age difference. He's clearly more immature than she is, and her process of thinking is clearer and more mature. I don't know. Just something to think about.
Dang, I kind of
Just
hope
something
she is
about-
pregnant with with his child.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be like a really great.
That would be a
I don't know.
I
Did
should
you
hell of
guys
a
watch
hit.
it?
So emotional.
Has she drank at all? I'm trying to think like
what's really going on?
she drank? I don't know.
That's interesting.
So besides Bonnie and Asher, we have not talked about Connor and Oliver. So
Going to Stanford.
for-
Applying, at least.
for some blessed reason, Philip is reaching out to Connor only.
Right.
And Connor sort of surprised me this episode by saying that he was thinking about applying to Stanford and moving across the country.
How is
I
that
would too,
surprising,
like, why is
girl?
this-
He's ready to go. He's been ready to go since season
But I gotta
1.
tell you something. A couple fans tweeted me this week, and they said that Pete Nowak said that they're killing off a main character.
Whoa.
Who said-
So that's why I'm like, is he gonna die? Because he's talking about moving away.
Why does he have to die? Why can't he just
Move away.
move away?
And I don't
Because
know
you
if
can't-
this is
so he can
accurate.
come back.
You can't really
Yeah,
get
No,
like murder.
but I'm saying, like, I don't know if
Because
this
this
is
is how
if
you
he
accurate.
get
dies, he'll
murder.
never come
You
back,
kill
and I will
people.
be very
But
sad.
a few separate people tweeted me this week, just their, show ramblings, which I so appreciate, that someone is going to die
Oh,
before the end of this.
Of this,
part.
like, this,
yeah,
like, the next
episode
3
15.
episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's
Whoa.
So I don't know,
Really?
that just got me thinking, because it was in my head, and I'm like, well, if they are going to kill somebody off, if this is in fact true, then it could be
the way they introduced
Right.
Connor like
yeah,
that.
like it could be
him.
very easily Connor. But also, I would be sad if it was any of them. And when they say main character, I had also thought, which I had replied to some of your tweets, like, well, if it's going to be anybody, then maybe it would be Asher. I mean, maybe it would be Bonnie or Frank, because that would sort of hit Annalise the hardest, because they're like
Or
her-
Connor's
No,
boyfriend.
I was
that
actually
possible?
about to say Asher. I think he's not going to take, like, he could take Bonnie's, like, devastation so badly that he could kill himself. Like, his...
Very true.
His,
I mean,
like,
his
like
dad's
father, like
dad,
son.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's tough.
I mean, he doesn't really have as many friends. I mean, that
He
kind
has
of...
an Orange is the New Black. He might actually be the one to go.
Well, what about
he does
even
have another
Wes?
show.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
we
if
don't
he
know
finds out
about
he
Orange is the
killed
New
him.
Black, because he wasn't even on last season barely. So is he going to be on this season?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, didn't they say it's something in the preview that it was like they're trying to protect Wes because if he finds out that he might have killed his mom, that he's gonna kill himself or something, go
Ooh.
crazy?
I don't think that they would
I
get
feel
rid
like
of
he's
him.
too main
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, that's
killed.
like insane.
yeah.
Like, he's the guy. What? No.
And I feel like Oliver is not main enough.
Right, and...
I think all.
Oliver could be likely just because he with... I don't know. I think Connor more so than Oliver.
So Oliver
just
wouldn't be on the show
because-
anymore either, then, or he would just be the new 5.
Maybe either one of them. Their happiness is gotta end. I mean, I'm sorry, like I don't want that, but
Right,
I feel
right,
like it's the only outlier.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
everybody else is so damaged,
Right.
and like just spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
And
Like-
if something happens to Connor, then that's like motivation for Oliver to expose
Do
people
something.
or
Right.
do
Or
something.
whatever's
Yeah,
next,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Or yeah, I mean either Connor or Oliver. I feel like one of them.
Somebody
I mean, they've
just
already
asked-
been sort of threatened with the idea of death with Philip. I feel like he's gonna make good on that. He already knows how to break into their apartment. So.
Yeah.
Somebody
You got a fan
asked,
question?
do you think Bonnie was a substitute for Lila in the Bonnie/Sam relationship? I'm not sure what that means. Love has no gender at, I don't know what this.
I feel like maybe she's just trying to say,
Queen
like,
Juliana.
part of me doesn't think that, I feel like Bonnie always felt feelings for Sam, but I don't know if she acted on them.
Yeah, we
with
still
Lila,
don't
it was
know.
different. They obviously had an affair,
Right.
and then we know that Sam kissed Bonnie on the porch. I don't know if that was the first time, but for me, I think who Bonnie is as a person, and with men in her life, I feel like she always had admired Sam.
Right.
And it was one of those
Yeah.
things where like she's infatuated and not necessarily like willing to just jump
Throw it
on
all
him.
away,
And
right.
the reason why she was sort of in that scene when Sam was on the phone with Annalise was because she worked at the house. She,
Right.
you know, she was one of the Keating four.
Right.
then.
at the
Yeah, it's a
time.
really good point about the admiration because she, like, in that scene specifically, she was watching him be, like, a great husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
super supportive over the phone. Like, his wife's out of town for, like, a month at least on that trial.
Yeah.
Or she was just really jealous and was
Well,
like,
yeah, I
wish
mean, that's
he's
what I mean.
speaking to
Like,
me
she
that way.
was,
Well,
that's
probably.
exactly why I think she was growing such strong feelings for him because she, like, saw, like, oh, it's a great guy. Little did she know that he, you know, bangs his students and has them killed.
And gets them pregnant and then has them killed.
Well, I think we touched on everything we should touch upon.
What about, was there a Michaela part that was interesting besides the
just that-
Caleb thing?
Yeah, she was.
Well, yeah, do you guys think she actually likes Caleb or just
Yeah,
plays
I
him
think she
off?
does.
She does.
The,
I think she
the
does.
sexual tension is palpable.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I think she does.
but you can have sexual tension with someone and not like them as like a serious relationship.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they have all that time to write that into this episode, I just can't. I don't know. I think that they probably have something real, which is what when Jillian was saying earlier that it's going to ruin it when we find out that they're probably going to do something to
ruin
to
it.
Right.
still ruin it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Damn.
Well, I don't know. She strikes me as like sort of the new Connor, like that we started with.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna become the new like Connor and Oliver, if that makes sense.
Okay. You don't think it's
No,
real?
no.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. it's real.
Connor has really done a
Mm-hmm.
his character has
That's
gone
why
so
he
up
might
and
be on the
down.
outs.
Yeah, that's
He might be
why
on the
I'm
outs.
like, oh.
Damn, like
Well, let's predict.
Yeah.
I think we
Let's
should predict.
okay.
It's time.
It is.
I need to like sip tea on
Now,
this.
your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, you're the only one not sipping.
I was just thinking
it's
about my
the
predictions.
prediction
I got
set.
really.
It's okay. We'll snap it.
Everyone
we'll
does it.
snap it later. All right. So as far as predictions, I feel like I spilled a lot of tea in this episode, but
Right.
I just think that Annalise or Frank gave Wes the knife to do it, and she thought in some crazy like mind that maybe if she kills her this way, it'll be less suffering than whatever the guy is going
Right.
to put her through.
That
The-
is
the-
stupid.
Pretty good.
yeah.
No, I like that. That
not
prediction.
your prediction,
Yeah.
stupid. Annalise, if that's what happened, she is so annoying.
Well, no, I think
Like she
it's-
really ruins anybody's life.
Yeah, well, so she made up for it. She spent like his entire life
That, you
making
didn't
up
make.
for it.
I killed my mommy because you thought.
Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't remember that. He doesn't think that. I'm just saying, like her planting the knife with him is a good play as a lawyer because she can set that up as like a alibi, and you know she can also defend that. Like if you're only 12, like you know what's going on, but in a courtroom, like you can defend that they don't.
Sidebar. I'm having like this
Sidebar.
weird flashback. I think we saw her on the floor with a knife sticking out of her neck.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, he had to have pulled it out, not killed
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
It
Right.
seems crazy.
Well, she definitely did not commit suicide because I feel like that's the worst
what-
way
yeah.
to commit
Yeah,
suicide.
what the-
Stab myself in the neck with a kitchen knife. is
But
not
also, she's just
the
so
best
protective
way.
of her son. I don't feel like she would kill.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it in the
herself
house.
to-
Yeah.
to-
Plus, it's like
And like, if that is what happened, why can't we just let the people who actually killed her take the fall? She doesn't like her clients that much. Like, I don't
That's
get
why
it.
I don't think that it is the way
See, I
it
don't
is.
think that. I think that Annalise is somehow involved
sure.
with the death, but I don't think that she had her killed or like was
Right.
killed her or thought that. I don't know what the reason would be or why she's covering it up.
Yeah, I think maybe Frank took it into his own hands
do
to
it.
like cover up his mistake and was like, okay, I'm just gonna get rid of her. We'll frame the kid.
Maybe the family had Frank kill her, and Annalise somehow found out, and now Frank's like making it up to her for the rest of his life.
This is so twisted.
Right.
I don't know.
Crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm left speechless. I think I just want to find out what Laurel, how she's going to figure out the lie situation. Honestly, everything else is so up in the air. I can barely defend that. If we could just bring Laurel back down to earth, I'm okay. Because she was such a pace setter forever. Like, she kept everything at ease. I really need her to stay at ease. So that's my biggest thing. I don't know if Annalise is going to tell her or if Frank is going to tell her. But what's scary is that if Annalise tells her, then she's also going to find out that her husband actually didn't kill Lila, and I'm very scared to find out what that looks like. So I'm not really sure in terms of you guys' predictions. I don't personally think that Christoph killed his mom, and I don't think that Annalise had anything to do with it in terms of planting.
Right.
And that's all I don't think. The rest, I have no idea.
What do y'all think about Philip? Like,
do we
think that he's going to go to the police? Do we think that a bomb's going to explode the house like they all thought when the clock struck?
This is like some pretty... I mean, I'm sure half of you guys don't watch Pretty Little Liars, but this is some, like, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, it really
I know,
is.
but Pretty Little Liars is, like, crazy. I had to stop after season 2. I'm like, I need my bearings.
I'm so religious. I'm watching that. Anyway.
But no, it's just... I have a feeling, Philip is a lot closer than they think he is, obviously. And hopefully he will show himself in the next episode. And one more thing, which I told you guys already, but Cicely Tyson is going to be back, Annalise's mom. So we're super excited about that because we loved her in the episode that she appeared in before. But I think we have a lot to think about tonight and take in, and I can't wait until next week.
Absolutely.
All right, Stacy, where can the people find you while we are away?
You guys check me out on Twitter and Instagram at OneTakeStace. Make sure you're tweeting me. I can't wait to hear what you thought about the episode.
And you can find me at Sterling Cates.
You guys can find me at Hey John Blake.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff. And if you want to see my Snap story from tonight, you can find me on Snapchat
Stories.
at Jilly Leff. And we will see you guys next week for another episode.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.